Hey, James G here with Tarpley Music in Fort Worth, Texas. But if you need to, you can find us because we're always online at tarpleymusic.com. So a really cool, different kind of a Fender animal we got here today. This is the Fender LE or limited edition Suona Strat Thinline. I'm not real sure what Suona or Suona came from. To me, it sounds kind of like a really technical term for a hot tub. Ed Buffy, I'll be in the Suona. Make sure you bring the car around. I don't really know. All I know is it's a pretty cool guitar, so we're just going to go with that. So right off the bat, semi-hollow ash body with alpine spruce top. So different combination for an electric guitar right there. And then we've got a nice satin roasted flame maple neck. This is a really cool dark texture. I love these, and there's been a few of these Fenders that have had this roasted maple neck, and I just think it's really cool, and the skunk stripe still sticks out. And then 4-bolt standard there. This is a modern C neck, so very, very comfortable for all playing styles. 22 narrow, tall frets with a bone nut, so you don't have to work a whole lot, dig real into these frets to get a nice, good tone out of it. And of course, we've got the F hole for the thin line hollow ash part, which is really great because it gives you kind of that little hollow body feel like you would see like in the Tele thin lines, like a 335 or that style of guitar. And the other benefit is you can hide snacks in there and you can throw them at the drummer between sets. So that's kind of cool too. And ebony fretboard. So right off the bat, we got a really great dense fretboard. It's very, very fast. And it's a compound radius. So compound radius means the radius actually changes as you go up the neck. So it starts at a 7.25, goes up to a 9.5. So very subtle, but it's nice when you're going into chord shapes and bends into your kind of a solo playing. Feel very comfortable up here in like the 12 fret pocket. It's a 6 saddle vintage style synchronized tremolo, and there is a bar here to use. We just have it covered up because this is for sale, so we want to keep it as new as possible. But it is there, and it works very, very well. And here we've got, this is deluxe, Fender's deluxe tuners. Now the pickups, the neck and the middle are custom shop 69 Strat single coils. The bridge is a custom designed Suona single coil Strat pickup. So I'm not real sure the technique going behind that particular pickup, but we will get to hear it. So we'll just kind of hear what you feel. The sound is different there in the bridge. And of course you get your 5-way switch, which is very standard for Strats. Position 1 here for bridge, 2 for bridge and middle. We got middle neck by itself. The first tone knob is going to be for these two pickups here, for the neck and the middle, and then the tone knob to the bridge. The custom designed Suona single coil gets its own tone knob to shape with that. So there's some really cool tones out of this thing. I'm really excited to play it. So we're going to make it pretty simple. I'm just going to play a very simple kind of a riff over and over in all 5 of the different positions. And I'm just going right into a Blackstar St. James amp here, and it's mic'd with the Sennheiser E906. So we're not going to do any pedals. We don't have any plugins or anything like that. And hopefully we'll get a nice, really fair comparison of what all the pickup positions sound like. right, so we heard all kinds of tones as a guitar by itself, but I want to know what it'd sound like in a mix with some instruments I did earlier. All right, hit it, boys. So that gives you an idea, right, of all those sounds coming from this, and that's without messing with either tone knob, of course. So I'll tell you, the bridge really, really pierces and bites, which is not a bad thing by any means if you really want that piercing bridge. Of course, that is my interpretation through earbuds. So you just, it's hard to say until, you know, when I'm done with the audio and they're done editing and that kind of stuff. But the first of all, it's a really, really comfortable guitar to play. I had to fight it a little bit, but that's because I'm not used to these style of frets. But nothing with the guitar. That's all me. But man, really cool tones. It's really a lot of warmth, a lot more warmth I would have thought with the ash and spruce combination. But very, very cool. It should also be noted that this series, it is not only Strat. They actually do have a Tele and a J bass. This same finish. So it's really cool to get a Strat with a kind of thin line feel to it. And I think a lot of that, especially that middle position, when I'm kind of, you know, doing like short staccato style chords like that, it was really nice and mellow. So I don't know. I think it's a really, really cool guitar. It's really hard to explain how it feels and sounds when you're sitting here playing it, because it really is different. There's something about having a little bit of, you know, once the food is out, having this little bit of playing coming with the thin line. It's cool. It's a very, very cool guitar, especially if you're really into kind of that combination of old and new Strats with a little bit different kind of a vibe. This would be a really cool one to do, especially if you're just a limited edition Fender collector. Definitely one that you would want to look at, because who knows when and if you're going to see them again. And I've had a lot of customers over the years who literally go and buy those LEs for that reason. But from a playing standpoint, the woods are great. The ebony fretboard sounds and feels wonderful. I would love to play this a lot more to get used to those narrow, tall frets, because I do like, once I dialed in a little bit, I really like how they felt, but I really love the compound radius fretboard, 725, 9.5. Like I said, it's really... It's very subtle, but it's great subtle, because, you know, there are some guitars will go compound radius or really go from like a 10 to a 14, and it can be a little drastic depending on the style you're playing. But I didn't feel like I felt the difference per se, but I noticed that, man, it's really easier to... I can get a lot of sustain and you know, bends out of this as well as up here. If you notice in the demo section, we're really just playing some really nice open chords, so you could hear just the sustain of how long these pickups can go. So in that itself is nice, and I think it's a combination of good old vintage bone nut with a bent steel saddle, not to be confused with blazing saddles. But this, I don't know, it's just a really cool guitar. I love the finish. I'm pretty stoked about it. Like I said, high price point, so really something you want to try to come into the store and sit down and play if you can. And we happen to have one here at Tarpley Music, so you can definitely come see us. Hope you got some interest or some info about this particular series, and if you liked the video, it would be great if you just give us a thumbs up on the like there, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Come on and join us. We are just getting started, and if you'd like to know us, we're dropping more videos because our channel is going to expand and do a lot of different things. If you'd like to know as those things come up, you can just hit the little bell there, turn on the notifications, and then hopefully we will see you on the next one.